Hi there, and welcome to my channel. If you would please hit the subscribe button on your way in, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you like what you see, hit the like. It's free and it helps get me out in that algorithm. Alright, let's get on to today's topic. Here on this Manic Monday, we are going to do a little quickie today for you. I just bought some of this blooming gel and I've been dying to try it. So, I've pre-painted a couple of nails already, and I'm going to try a couple designs. Now, this first one is a design that is supposed to go through its dots, the dotting tool. And you can see I'm making 3 on this corner. And then I'm going to make 5 out in the middle to make my flowers. Now, what this is supposed to do is you're supposed to put a thin coat on. And then you see I can take my brush and drag my petals in towards the center to give them that little bit more petal shape. And then you wait and you let it bloom or kind of bleed into an outward from itself. Now, they don't touch each other. This kind of encapsulates the paint, so it won't blur in together. But after you do that, then you cure for your 30 seconds. Like, that's what my polish calls for, is 30 seconds. And after that, you apply a top coat. So this is my first. It's just kind of some abstract flowers on a kind of medium purple. Excuse me throughout this video, I'm having trouble keeping I think it's time for new sticky pads on my nail forms because they are falling off all over the place and driving me crazy. So now I am using my finger paints, the self-leveling wipe off top coat, and I think that's okay, kind of abstract. So the next nail I'm going to do, I wanted to try the alligator design, and I need a little more practice at this. I think my biggest problem with this one was the white that I used wasn't like a pure white. It was a bit of a milky white, so it really kind of ran when I was trying to stripe these on. But from the tutorials that I watched, it had me put some kind of fat stripes through the middle and then dots along the edge. And then after that, you wait however long until it blooms to your preference. And then I'm going to cure it again. But I'm going to do something a little bit different with this one. So, black base coat, white to make the scales. Let it cure for 30 seconds. And then I am going to take this neon green and go over top of it. I think that'll look kind of cool with the black underneath. It'll make those little white areas glow. And then I am going to, again, cure for 30 seconds. And then I will apply my wipeable top coat again. Cure for another 30 seconds and clean it up. This one, I'm not so sure. The colors ran a little bit more than I thought they would. So I'm still, again, this is my first time ever using this. This is going to be something that I think, depending on the brand and whatever, you're going to have to kind of get used to its viscosity. You know what that word means? It's like the thickness, how thick it is. And I think that I put this on. Now, my first nail, I definitely put way too much on the flowers. That one, a little bit too much still. Now, this one, I did just a French tip. I did a pink glaze for the base, and then I did, like, it's called Mixed Medium Mauve, and it's from the Finger Paints line, and I love it. It's like this really pretty iridescent pink. So, and as you can see, I've got another tub of white. What I did was take out my pure white from another company, and I dotted with that, and I found that I didn't get the running. My dots stayed right where I wanted them to, and I just sat and let it bloom until it was done. And afterwards, it was pretty, but I decided it needed a little bit of something, so I stressed myself out getting them straight, but I did some little dots along the Frenchy line after putting on a iridescent glitter to kind of mute out those little dots that I did again on the French tip. just to give it kind of that stony look, marbly look. And as you can see, this is where I begin to mess up because my curve got all wonky. So I had to clean it off, start over, put some acetone on my brush, wipe that off. Okay, now back to it. I'm going to get that cute little line out, give it some curve, and then I'm going to cure, and I'm going to do just like the other ones. I'm going to put that the wipeable top coat on top of it to give it a nice shiny finish. And then cure again for 30 seconds. Now clean up the surface with either your preference, either alcohol or acetone. Get all that sticky layer off, and there you have that. It's kind of cute. Now last but not least, this is my favorite. My favorite glitter is this kind of mermaidy, iridescent purple, pink, blue. And what I did first was I encapsulated it. I used a layer of builder gel, sprinkled and flattened the glitter on top, builder gel over top after I cured with the glitter, and then a coat of top coat to give it a nice smooth top. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking the black and I am just dotting it all over. My thought process for this was to get the dots to really, really bloom and almost touch each other, and just see little bits of this glitter kind of coming through, almost like a lightning bolt or something. But that didn't exactly happen. I don't think I put quite enough of the blooming gel on. Either that or this black polish just isn't the one for this design to use with blooming gel. So again, I think it's all about viscosity and it's about texture and color. As I said, the pure white polish worked a lot better than the milky white did, and so on. So I just do my dots. Now this, I took some white and I dotted inside of the black dots after they bloomed, and then the little white dots bloomed a little bit themselves. Not quite as much as I wanted them to. So that's going to be something that I work on, but not bad. You know, it was fun, and like I said, I just love this nail alone because of that mermaid glitter. That is my cup of tea. I love those colors and that shimmer on that. I'm just gonna wipe this guy clean, and there you have it, Sparkle Heaven. And here's the finished product. I'm not sold, but you know what? It's my very first time ever trying this product. And like everything, you start out not knowing what you're doing, and every single time you try, you get better and better and better. So, I'm going to try again later. I'm going to, again, like I said during the video, kind of mess around with the thicknesses of polish that I use, the colors of polish that I use, and hey, even me, like I said, I was a hairdresser and did nails for almost 30 years, and I still learn something by watching others. So, yeah, I don't know, I had fun with it. I've got some more ideas. I really, really liked that glue, that glitter encapsulation. So, oh, and also a recap from my self-care out of last video. I really liked those Aqua 4 masks, the feet and hand masks, so I'm definitely going to be buying those again. I did not have time to do my face, but I will do that tomorrow, hopefully. So, I just want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with me and watching me try and fail. And you all have a wonderful Manic Monday. I'll talk to you later. Cutsy out.